so much for coming tonight. My name is Elise Singer, and I'm the curator here at the Roxy Cinema Tribeca.
I'm not frozen. I'm waiting, Jesus, with this fucking place. But, thank you.
For you now, like, how does this film hold up, like, in terms of your career?
Me?
Yeah.
Why is so heavy showbiz? Such a, I mean, like...
Why are you so heavy, show business?
You know what I mean?
I look back and, you know, it really, we shot that movie 20 years ago.
It's insane.
On the, you know, like, to the month beneath me. What the fuck, man? I'm still trying.
It's not the doing of it, what's beneath anybody is really setting yourself up for, like, you know, outside judgment of, like, you telling me that I'm fucking, you know, worth my salt and pants, or whatever that phrase is, you know? Like, where we're like, some fucking schmuck out there is gonna tell me about how much it weighs. No thanks. This poor lady. Maybe everybody else is tired. We got a subway to catch, right? Trains are fucked up, right? Poor lady. You know, you gotta catch the fucking... There we are, like once an hour now.
No, they get the whole thing with the yellow.
The hell, oh my God. Which was kind of like about this like goal of like, you know, can you stay an ingenue forever? The answer is no. This is a heads up for anyone who's playing. You know, this was the 90s, very different times. None of you were born.
And I had been thinking, oh, there's Manson. There's the Manson connection. Yeah, Charles Manson just died, so there's a lot more, you know, that's important about this film than Charles Manson.
Well, it's a little more of like a sincere culture, isn't it? Like it's not like so like cool to be like into Manson anymore. You know?
It's a little passe.
No, but I mean genuinely, like the one song that he does with the Beach Boy where he's like, I'm your kind, and I see. I mean, that's a lot. I think that's really every movie is like there's your fantasy, you know, there's like the joyous period of the beginning, and then like something happens where everything is, you know, a movie's a little bit like people overstaying their welcome to a party and everything's starting to feel a little weird, you know? Because it's kind of like, it's a lot of social, you know, interplay at every level. So like, all of a sudden you have a weird interaction with, you know, at craft service, and you're like, what the fuck was that? Why? I can't worry about that right now. You have to worry about your lines. And then they come over and they're like, you know, do you want lip balm? And you're like, yeah, I love lip balm. And you're like, why did I yell? I love lip balm. You know, it's like a series of miniature moments, and you're also kind of dealing with emotions, and there's other people dealing with money, and everybody's stressed out about time, and you know, so inevitably there's you know, weird vibes that happen. And that's kind of, that's part of, I think that's a part of like, Abel Ferrara.
That's every job.
For example, Abel Ferrara only does like night shoots, you know what I mean? So that must be a really weird scene. And with that, right? Should we wrap it up?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's a...
Anything else? We want to talk more about Abel Ferrara, or they know
We just
enough?
had him here. It was good.
Really?
Yeah, he came in and did a Q&A. And then he played Schoolie D in the Django.
I love Schoolie D.
Yeah, it was awesome.
What did he show?
We showed Piazza Vittorio, his new documentary about Rome.
I think the experience of being a young woman in show business is something that I would not want to do again. Like, you think that that's the experience that you're telegraphing is like, you know, some like, I mean, you're a teenager, so you're like, hey man, I'm Bukowski, right? And they're like, no, you're like a hot young drunk girl. And in so many ways, the Orange is the New Black was very healing for me, I think. Like just the idea of, you know, I love that part. I love that job. I love like going to work there. I love all those women. Yeah, it's just the right amount. It's wild to see 35 also. I mean, Jesus, Tom. It's like, it's so crazy what that looks like. Just that, you know, that you, it's wired to have you accept flaws. Like when I saw my movie next to it, which is so digital, it's like refuses to accept a single flaw in a way that's like, you know, very upsetting. Because it's like meant to be played on your iPhone, watching it when it's like preloaded. Whereas I felt like 35 can just hold any, you know, I mean historically I think that's always been true, right? And it's just so satisfying to see it, and I love that it's like when all of a sudden like the body double, the boob double popped up, that was right when I walked in. And I was like, it's so innocent, like, and then it's still on 35, and and then just like cut to these boobs real quick. And then, like, it's really great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your
being
patience. Thanks for coming. Thank you for having us. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Natasha.